Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story, shall we? It's called Elevator Race. A few years back, I was working at an IT company. One day, the boss decides to treat the whole team to lunch. So it's me, one other guy and a girl from the office, heading out to pick up this massive order. 20 burgers and fries. The works. When we get back to the office building, which is on the 7th floor, we see that both elevators are free. As we are waiting, she turns to me and says, "Raise you up." I just look at her and go, "What are you, a child?" But I had a different idea for a race. All three of us get into one elevator, and just as the doors are about to close, I quickly press every floor button, jump out, and watch as the doors close behind me. I take the other elevator up, get there a few minutes ahead of them, and hand our boss his burger. Finally, their elevator arrives, and she calls me a jerk, loud enough for everyone to hear. The boss is just like, "What happened?" I explain, and he bursts out laughing. The next story is called Class Compliance. I'm a middle school teacher. One of my 7th graders is an awesome kid with ADHD and a super active imagination. He's always working with his hands, whether he's cutting paper, braiding yarn, or coming up with some other creative project. We encourage him to clear his desk for class and keep the clutter away, but sometimes he has a little playful back and forth about it. For instance, I say, "Alright, let's start the lesson. Could you put the yarn away?" And he'll respond with, "Oh, it's not yarn. Technically, it's nylon cords. So I can keep doing it, right?" He knows he's just having fun with the words, and it's all in good spirits. Yesterday he had a new plan. He was folding up paper all over his desk, and he told me, "Teacher, today you can tell me to stop cutting paper, because I'm not cutting paper. I'm just folding." So I smiled and said, "Very nice, student. So will you please stop manipulating paper so that we can start the class?" Thinking I finally had a win. But he looked at me and said, "What did you say? Stop manipulating paper?" And then he immediately put away his notebooks and textbooks too. I realized I'd been outsmarted and just told him he'd done it again. He chuckled, kept his desk clear for a minute, and then laughed, winked, and pulled his materials back out. No paper folding this time. I love these moments, and I'm always up for our fun little back and forths. The third story is called Drive Up. I was at the drive-thru of a coffee place in Canada. I pulled up to the speaker, ready to order my usual drink, a donut, and of course a pack of hockey cards that I just can't resist buying. Could I have an XLT with 2 milks? I started, already wondering what card I might pull this time. Before I could finish, I heard "Drive Up." Now, I realized the person on the other end was likely in a hurry and assumed I was done. But I'm honestly a little tired of saying, "Sorry, I'm not done with my order yet." So I just decided to drive up. When I got to the window, the cashier told me the total, handed over the debit machine, and was clearly a little surprised when I mentioned I also wanted cards and a donut. The best part was when I said, "I figured you couldn't hear me," and just told me to drive up to finish my order. It wasn't a huge deal. Maybe added half a minute to the line behind me. I'm sure they won't think twice about it. But maybe next time they'll give a second to check if someone's order is actually done. The last story is called Unpromotables. For government jobs, promotion exams were held regularly, and whoever scored highest would be first in line for openings. This system used something called the Rule of 3. This means one of the top 3 scoring candidates who wanted the job would legally have to get it. As you can imagine, this didn't sit well with managers and politicians. At my state agency, there was a group of us who took every promotion exam we qualified for and usually landed top scores. We had strong records, awards for productivity, and not a single serious mark against us, other than an occasional counseling memo. That's essentially a verbal warning like, boss told employee not to do X ever again. But we had habits that made us unpopular. We had a knack for offensive language like, why are we doing this way? It's inefficient. We could streamline this process. Bosses did not appreciate this kind of language. Then there was the offensive material we brought into work. Things like, look at this. It says in chapter X, section Y of state law, we are doing this wrong. This didn't sit well either. So there we were, highly qualified employees, sitting on top of the promotion lists, while the people the bosses wanted to promote were lower down. But with the rule of three, if 3 of us applied, got interviewed and accepted, the job legally had to go to one of us. We even created a bit of a support group, calling ourselves the Unpromotables. Then it hit us. Why only apply for jobs we wanted? We decided to start applying for every promotion we were qualified for, regardless of the role, manager, or how toxic the work environment was. And we all agreed that, if offered, we'd say yes. Word got around that this was driving management up the wall. Their favorites were getting blocked out, and if they tried to pull anything shady, they quickly found out we knew our civil service rights inside and out. They'd even leave positions unfilled, rather than promote any of us. It wasn't popular with the other employees either, who had to cover the extra duties, all without a raise. I was offered a promotion once, but a senior boss shut it down, because they didn't want to lose me in my current role. That boss managed to block every promotion I went for over the next 10 years. That was still the status quo when I took early retirement at 55. I'd planned to work longer, but 30 plus years of steady, toxic nonsense took a toll on my physical and mental health. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.